Hi, my name's Jim, and this is my wife Amanda. We're the Lenweavers. We just moved to the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Originally, I'm from New York, and she's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And for the last 4 years, we've been living in Melbourne, Australia. So we've never lived in North Carolina, and we had to move here because of my job. And we found the real estate buying process a little bit daunting prior to meeting Tim. We didn't really know much about the area, and myself being in a sales-based profession, I understand the importance of kind of understanding what your clients' needs are rather than trying to sell them on something. And I think that for us, one of the great things about Tim was the fact that he had the ability to kind of point us in the right direction and give us the information that we needed without actually being, a high pressure, here, buy this house, buy that house, live in this area. Kind of let us take our own path, but provided us with the information because we really didn't know much about the area. So I would think that was probably part of the reason why we had a really good experience with Tim. From my perspective, that's certainly something that helped a lot. Was just being able to talk and get that honest feedback from Tim. And we did find him via Yelp, so we had an original real estate agent, and we just weren't feeling that connection. And so we went on Yelp, and because again we didn't know anything about the Raleigh, North Carolina Research Triangle Park area, and Tim became very highly regarded on Yelp, and so we reached out to him, and I think it was maybe 9:30 at night.
We were
I
on
think.
a date night.
Yeah, a date night,
At the bar.
a very exciting date night at a bar over in Cameron Village where we're staying in our temporary apartment, and we said let's just send this guy an email and see if he'll respond. And I think it was maybe like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, it was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And it was an immediate response. Very warm, very welcoming and friendly, and we found an immediate connection with him.
Well, you've learned by now I don't go to sleep until 1 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So, and it's not that we wanted that from our real estate agent, but it was nice because we felt like Tim, he really wanted us as his client, and he really was eager to provide that service. And I think that goes a long way. My boss always told me that if you start responding at 10 o'clock at night, people start expecting it all the time. But we certainly didn't expect it from Tim, but I think it was, he was always very responsive. And even in the downtime, because we had such a long time from the time that we put our purchase offer in and it was accepted until the time that we actually moved in, Tim was looped in and included on all the emails from our lender. We did go through USAA, so there's a lot more paperwork and bureaucracy that goes along with a VA home loan.
And the entire process was very, very smooth. And
Yeah.
I think because Tim was our realtor.
Yeah, and it was good for him to connect the dots, and he really, had the closing attorney. He was very, very close communication with the closing attorney. Was communicating with our lender along with us. So, the entire process was really, really smooth. And for me, it was the second house I bought and the first home buying experience for Amanda. And I think choosing the neighborhood, but it was a great experience. I mean, choosing the neighborhood, our own personal, choices were difficult, but the process itself was really quite easy.
I just want to know, did you bring a kangaroo with you from Australia?
If you count our 1-year-old as a
Yeah,
then yes.
Yes, yeah. The 30-hour flight from Australia with a 7-month-old at the time was not the, we were not looking forward to that. But we love the area. We found a great neighborhood. The house was very well taken care of. And you provided some really good references when it came to termite inspections and home inspections, and very trustworthy. And I think that being new to the area, and I think around 100,000 new people every year move into this area. It's important to have that level of trust in somebody to know that they're not going to steer you in the wrong direction just to make an extra buck. And I think that's really important for us. And I would advise anybody who's looking for somebody who's trustworthy and who's going to be communicative.
And has very good connections and networking ability.
Yeah.
And a good team backing me up too.
Yeah,
I have to
absolutely.
say, our closing department,
Yes.
just everyone at the Jim Allen Group at Caldwell Banker Howard Perry and Boston is there to help me help you.
Absolutely.
Right, and then without that support network, then you obviously don't do that. You don't have the ability to do what you do. But coupled with that, you do put a lot of your own personal time and energy into this, and so that doesn't go unnoticed. So, would highly recommend Tim to anybody who's looking for a home in the area. You're looking to sell your home. I know that if we ever have to move from this beautiful new house that we just bought, which I hope we don't, we'll definitely come to Tim and look to him to connect us with the next home in our life.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Like you said, when you first moved here, I mean, 7 months, and now she just turned to 1
I know.
just a few days ago. Just amazing.
Yeah.
And she's cleaning the floor.
Yeah.
Crawls around.
Yeah. She's a handful, but we got plenty of room now for her to crawl around. It was a lot better than our 1-bedroom apartment in Cameron Village, which she was having a really, really hard time with. So, she'll learn to swim in the pool behind us, and she'll have a
She'll
yard
learn to walk
to crawl
here.
around.
Don't forget, I'm expecting my invitation for that
Absolutely.
As soon as we get the grill.
Absolutely.
first. Okay, sounds good. I'll
Have
bring
half
some
the town of
steaks and
Wake
some
Forest
beer.
in here.
Perfect.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. It's really been a pleasure.
Well, thank you. I very much appreciate you doing this, and it's always fun when you are able to help people that appreciate the effort you're making and the people you work with are making, and that so much enjoy what they find.
Yeah.
Because I think you've found a home that you can live here for many years and be very happy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you.